Hi everyone, it's Mitak here for another guide, this time on Nami. For those who don't know, I'm a master support player in EU. I picked the 500 LP. You have all my account in the description if you wanna see. This day I play a lot of Nami, so I'm like, oh, why not doing a guide on her? So first of all, I will speak about the spells of this passive. The event, whenever she hits someone, an ally or herself with a spell, she gains move speed. I will show you with the spell. So the first spell is a bubble. You can see the hitbox. Wait. The the bubble will when you hit an enemy, it will stun them and put them in the air. So yes, you can ult on them, and they are stunned during that time. You can also use it on an ally. You can see it gives the most speed. It show here, yeah. The passive you can see it. Most of the time you try to do on the enemy because it's made for. But if your ADC or something need to change and you cannot hit him with the Q spell because it's too in range. I mean, if following it, you can just give it move speed and. But it's rare. Most of the time it's not in laning phase, but most in late game you can, but it's rare. Also, the Q spell can hit multiple targets if they are nearby. It can hit everyone, like 5. But yeah, that's kinda all for the Q spell. For the W, it's more hard to demonstrate. So the W is healing that also deal damage to enemy. So when you hit an enemy, it will deal damage and then bounce back to you. If you're not in range, it will only deal. Wait. It won't only deal damage. You have to stay in range. As you can see, it deal damage and then go back to me, and then go on other enemy. So if I heal him, he's gonna bounce back on me and hit the other one. It do this for free. So you can heal yourself and deal damage to 2 enemy, or you can heal yourself and heal an ally by doing this by doing damage. But you have to do on yourself or on your ally, and it will bounce back to you. So it will prioritize the most near. If I do this, you're gonna heal him. Oh wait, fuck, I'm too. Wait, what? Yeah, it bounces on the one closer. If I am closer to the dummy, it will hit me and then hit the enemy. The one most near. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, but we don't really care. Most of the time you have your ADC and you will heal him. In lane, if there is an enemy, you will try to hit him, like do auto attack and Q and W maybe. So you get the gold. Yeah, most of the time it's trade like that. You know, in early you have a debuff, so every time it bounces back, it's getting like shittier. When you don't have a lot of AP, you need 200 AP to make it actually buff every time it bounces. So you can see if I heal myself and deal 200, but if I go directly on him, I go 240. But if I have like, can say a lot of AP, I can only one. Oh, but AP. Go random. So now I have a lot of AP. So now when I hit directly, it's 500. But if I heal myself, it's 700. So when you are in late game, you will try to go for the bigger healing. It increase also the healing, not only the damage. It's not a build you should be not just for demonstration. And I think that's all with the W. But yeah, most of the time you will follow your ADC, you are behind, you heal him, it did damage to the enemy. Yeah, but if you can do deal if you're close to the enemy, you hit the enemy, or you heal yourself and hit enemy and bounce back to your ally. It depends much of the time on what is happening, but since you're playing Nami, you're supposed to stay behind your ADC most of the time. Also the healing give more speed, you can see. It gives to all the allies that benefit of it because it's a passive again. For the E, so the E, it gives you like small bubble, you can see them. You can also give it to your ally, it gives more speed again. You cannot give it to enemy. It's a buff that your auto gonna deal bonus damage, you can see, and slow the enemy. It work too on spell. If I W, you're gonna deal damage, but only once. If it bounces back on other enemy, it won't deal damage because it's for only one person. Wait, if I go, yeah, only one. We also work on AA and spell. So most of the time you will give it to your ADC. It works well when they are grouped. If you have AON damage, it will do the same as if you hit one. You can see it's the same damage. So if you have something who have AO damage, it's better to give him the E. But most of the time you will give him to your ADC or in tank. You actually don't care. You just have to give that to someone who actually hit 3 times and will be useful. Even tank, it's good on them because of the slow. About it, in laning phase you can actually use your W and then use your E plus W to deal a lot of damage and even Q because they are slow, so it's easier to hit them. You actually have a lot of damage, you can see. Like, yeah. It's a small combo you can do. But it's rare. Most of the time you will heal your ally because it's better. And if you have Lucian in lane, always use your Lucian. It's you might wonder, but because of the passive for Lucian, you will E. Most of your ADC will be Lucian because they know Lucian Nami. But yeah, in late game you don't. It's super rare that you can AA or even hit Q. It's hard. So most of the time the E don't go for you in mid late game. So it's only in laning phase to have better. It's easier to hit spell. Or you can use it. Imagine you're going mid, you're full mana. You can heal yourself to go faster. Because queuing yourself is not giving you so much move speed. Same with W because you cannot move. You have soft canalization. But using E is fine. To get just move speed and roam. Or getting back in lane. But just don't use it too much to lose mana. You can use it a bit. But not that much. So about the ultimate, I need a lay here. So the ultimate is a big wave. You can see that go really deep. It's super slow. So most of the time it's good for disengage or if the enemy come to you because it's harder for them to dodge. It's also good in some area in the map. Imagine you're here. Ult is godlike here because they cannot quite dodge it. Same with here. There's some area, some corner which is good for ult. Here it's good too. Imagine in the river, if you ult like this, they can actually dodge it. Or if you are middle, something like that, they can dodge it here and here. So it's bad. It's better in close area like this. About the ultimate, so it's dealing damage and putting them in the here. You can see. Boop. And it's also giving the passive to your ally, but this time it's double, so it gives a big passive. You can see, like, if I go my E, I have like yeah, I have 420, and when I ult, I have more. Which passive is decreasing, by the way. I didn't say it. So imagine your ally is going in on the enemy. If you ult, they will go faster, and it's good to engage on the enemy. Yeah. Also, the deeper the wave it go, the more the slow, because it's slow after that. It's bumps them in the air and slow them after that. And you can see, I'm gonna show you if there is enemy here and here. The slow don't last for long, but if the enemy here he lasts way more. You see, slow, and he's slow for long. I think that's all for the ultimate. That's all for the spell. About the summoners, most of the time you will go for ignite. And in some matchup, if you see that ignite is kinda useless, but it's rare, you can go for heal. Even people might go for exhaust, but not so fun. About item, I think I have my item set. Always go spell shift. Even if you cannot stack it well in lane, which happen a lot of time, it's really hard to stack this item with Nami. You will always be most of the time the last one to stack it, because in lane it's hard to poke to make in danger. But even don't take the other super item. Don't take relic shield. It's really bad, because the spell shield give mana regen, which is super good. Because if you are in bad laning and your ADC is getting like shit on, you need mana to actually heal him a lot. Most of the time, if you have bad lane, you cannot poke. You have to heal ADC, because ADC gonna have some trouble. After spell shield, you will rush for Dark Seals. Why going Dark Seals? Because Dark Seals is actually fucking boring. So most of the time with Nami, I don't die, so I get a lot of stacks. And even if I don't upgrade to go on Magi, it's actually a lot of AP. It's like 55 full stack with some health. For the price, it's actually super great. And if you have like 10, 8 or 9 stacks, you can upgrade to Magi. But first you will go for your Mythic, which is Mandate. But after going Mandate, you will take Boots. I personally play Magic Footwork, which is playstyle. Rune are quite good. But if you don't play it, go Boots after the Dark Seals. After that, you go for the Imperial Mandate, which go for Fairy's Charm and Amplified Tome first, because it gives you have some trouble with mana regeneration. It's good to have some AP. HP is okay, but first go for this area and then bundle Kindle Gem. People might wanna go Shurelia, but I mean, it's so situational, and Mandate is so good on Nami. Nami, I think it's kinda one of the rare champion that can play Mandate, because Mandate proc on my Q spell, Mandate proc on my E, Mandate proc on my air, so why not going Mandate? When it give like everything, and even if I give the E to an ally, he will proc Mandate. It's so good. It's godlike on Nami, that's why I always go Mandate. I don't try to think about do I go Shurelia, do I go Mandate? It's always Mandate. Yeah, go Oracle Lens when you have spell shift upgrade to level 2. You have Frost Fang, it's called. After that, after Mandate, you look if you have Dark Seals, a lot of stack, you go for Magi. But first of all, you will go for rank 2 boots most of the time. Ionia boots are great because of the CDR, so you can spam spell. It's super good. After that, we can say it's a Magi game, but it's rare. But still, don't ever sell Dark Seal, you only sell it when you need a place for the last item. but most of the time you don't have to buy the last item. It's still something good, even if you're in team fight. Even if you don't have stack, you will get some by killing. Having a good fight and gives you some stacks, if you're getting stronger in the fight. After that, you will think about either going Shem Tank stuff, and Ardent is quite like Sona, kinda the same. If you need counter heal, you face something like Atrox, Silas, Lee Sin, something that heal a lot. Don't go. Don't build counter heal if there is like Eclipse Draven only. Don't care. It won't reduce so much of the healing. It's bad. It's bad to go counter heal just for one enemy that don't heal that much. If you have some carry that are AP, you go staff. If you have hyper carry that go attack speed, like I don't know, feed Jinx, feed Kale, something that need that based on auto and attack speed, you can go Ardent. But most of the time you will go Shamtek Petrifier or staff if you don't need. Ardent is super rare. After taking it's counter heal game, you will go for the Warstone because Warstone is broken, costs nothing, is the best diamond support. You need your level to actually hit Warstone. Even if you didn't finish I mean, if you're like this, you say you have the level to take Warstone, take Warstone. Just giving extra ping, giving extra ward, giving AP, giving CDR. It's broken. Just take it if you have the level to actually have the upgrade. So after that, most of the time you will full build with Magi, but if you don't, you cannot stack Magi, sell it and go for or even if you have Dark Seals and didn't have much stack, so you didn't upgrade to Magi, sell it and go for Staff or Ardent, it depends on the game, most of the time is Staff. Or if you are rich, you can go Rabadon, but it's rare. And why go Rabadon? It's because of the W passive, like I said. If you have some AP, it will increase a lot every bounce. So Rabadon is not a bad choice, but most of the time you won't be that rich to take it. I mean that's all for the build. I will go for the rune. And now, normally this time the sound work. It's quite in stat. So the rune are quite simple on her. Yeah. So it's AoE. Most of every game is AoE because every proc on E, Q, W, R, it's super good on Nami. Don't go Guardian, is bad. Always go Airi. Mana flow, as I said, Nami have some mana issue, and which mana flow band is great on her. It's actually hard to proc it in lane, but you will get it some way. Transcendence because Ast is actually pretty good on her. She don't have much Ast, and it's good to spam spell, heal, E, and everything. Scorch. Some might wanna go Gathering Storm, but Nami don't scale much, so it's better to go Scorch and try to have some kill pressure in lane, some burst. I think it work on E. Not sure about it, but it's the most played and the best option on Nami. About secondary, you have two options. You either go Inspiration, this is my rune, I play Magic Footwork with Biscuit Delivery. Most of the people play Biscuit with Cosmic Insight because Cosmic Insight gives you the possibility to flash, to be safer, and Biscuit is for the mana in lane. As I said, some trouble with mana with the champion. Me, I prefer to go Magic Footwork. It's a playstyle. It's actually fine. Maybe Cosmic Sign is better. I don't know. I know it's okay to go Magic Footwork. It make you have Mandate faster, and but the problem is you cannot roam well. You can have the same problem with Sona. You have another build which is Bone Plating and Revitalize. Bone Plating to have to be aggressive in early against bursts. You have some trouble sometimes. Revitalize because of the healing. You have increase your healing, it's always fine. And adaptive force plus armor, it's always the same. You don't have much. There is nothing in domination and precision that actually good for Nami. For the last part, I will talk about the synergy with ADC and then her matchup. So the synergy, everyone know Nami Lucian is like well known, broken. Even if win rate is not that great because a lot of people are like, oh, you pick Nami. Wait, what if first time Lucian I'm fucking bad and I will into? I'm like, so I try to hide the best I can that I'm going to play Nami, so my ADC won't fucking first time Lucian. Try to hide your pick the most you can. Even try to take the last pick or something. Pick after your ADC. If if it's a Lucian player, it's fine. But most of the people are when they see you play Nami, they're like, oh, I'm going to first time Lucian. Nila is actually great because of the buffs of the healing and giving burst to Nila is actually super great. The fact you give her slow, she gonna just be a nightmare for the enemy because they cannot escape the whip with the slow. Yasuo, it's because of the Q spell is airborne and the ult too, so you can ult on your Q spell or W or ult. Yeah. And that kind of way is broken. Twitch is because you give him E. The slow of the E plus the burst on the ultimate is quite broken. Common giving it's the same thing, giving him slow so the enemy cannot escape common. Tristana like it to have a burst. She giving the E, she will have a bigger burst and can one-shot someone. Can have the same with Samira, giving him a E is like Nila, they cannot escape her, so they are doomed because she can ult. Zeri, it's also because of the burst. Giving her move speed is actually super great for her. Jin is because I play with a Jin, and when you slow someone, you can easily W him, and then he can ult. You can give him the E on the ult, and he gonna just destroy someone. What's her name? Xayah. Long time I didn't think that. So Xayah, you give him a E, she gonna Q and AA and do a lot of damage and giving her slow make you harder for the enemy to get out of their passive. Draven have some trouble versus range and enemies that slow him, so giving him mood speed and some damage is actually good on Draven, that's why it's here. After that, the fact Vayne is actually bad this day, but if she ult and you give him E, she can be very dangerous for the enemy, but still not that great with Nami. You have better champion. Kai'Sa need CC, like I said. She really needs something tanky that can proc her passive so she can ult. Nami only have to ult or Q spell, but it's hard to bubble in. It's hard to engage with the bubble, to say in late game, so it doesn't work well with Kai'Sa. Same with Misfortune, she's kinda weak this day. She already slow, she don't really need it, she can already E and hold. You can E or hold, but still not that great. Or Sivir, there is not so much synergy. She's going for the scaling, and Nami is more like need to play in early. Caitlyn, it's kind of strange that Caitlyn is here. I don't know. There are not so much synergy with it. I mean, Caitlyn can benefit in early of the E of Nami because of her range. It's hard to escape, but still is not. It's the only thing she can do. Ashe already slow, so giving slow to Ashe is useless. Giving burst to Varus is useless because they already one-shot people. Jinx is kinda squishy, and Nami doesn't protect a lot in lane, so it's bad. Kalista need tank, so Nami isn't tank. Ezreal is actually weak. It's okay with Nami, but still Ezreal is shit these days, so that's why he's so below. Same with Aphelios, there is not much synergy. About matchup, so strong matchup for Nami is actually Miss Fortune support because it's shit. Same with Yumi, this champion are kinda dead. The fact that Miss Fortune will just E on your ADC to deal damage, you're just gonna W and she did nothing. Same with Q spell with Yumi. The fact that you have a big burst and you can just one-shot her ADC and then she's alone, she can't do much about it. Pyke, so you have Pyke have some trouble with the burst. Nami give burst and you can, when Pyke shot this Q spell, you can actually Q spell him, and when he is in bubble, oh, it's hard to do it, but when he is in bubble, he's kinda dead. You don't have much HP. Pantheon, well, Pantheon is actually weak and can't do much. Giving move speed to make it easier to dodge Pantheon, he can't do much about it, and the slow and everything, it's easier to space against him. Braum is actually dog shit, and Braum is strong against a tank, and Nami isn't tank. Twist support, he don't have so much move speed, so you can Q him and he's dead. Swain actually have some trouble against burst. Nami give a lot of burst, so Swain is can't do much about it. Senna don't have HP, so if you bubble her, or even if you give a tank ally some damage with the E, Senna is dead. She can't do much about Nami. It's a nightmare. I play Senna, and this matchup is a fucking nightmare. It is not playable. And because Senna have to charge all this spell, or this Q and auto, so when she auto, you just Q and she's dead. She cannot auto against you actually. So it's really hard to play the matchup. About Thresh, Thresh isn't that much tanky, so if he get burst, he's dead. Alistar, he can't really. When he engage, Alistar have to engage. If the enemy have to follow up Alistar, the ult of Nami can just you just ult Alistar, and the enemy cannot follow up Alistar. The Arcana Doom. All the things that going on Nami is actually bad. Same with Rakan. If he ult, you ult, and this ally cannot follow up, and it's the Rakan dead. And because if Rakan get hit by the ult, you can just Q him and he's dead. About Shaco support, the thing is, if you hit one Q spell on Shaco support, he's dead. Taric, it's fine, yeah, because Taric is rare. Seraphine have some issue against, it's kinda like Senna, if she get burst, is dead. Karma, she's poke lane, so the fact that Nami heal is actually fine. Lulu, it's even because it depends much of the carry. Nami give pill a carry, it depends which carry will win. If it's something like Kog Lulu versus Nami Lucian, it's the one that one shot the first who win. The problem with Bard is he can roam, and have an impact on the map that you cannot have with Nami. Ash is actually kind of the same with the ult, and the slow is a nightmare. Nautilus, the problem is that he gonna just CC or ADC, you cannot do much about it. You can heal him, but it won't be that useful because he cannot move for like for a very long time. Same with Leona is actually the same. Problem with Soraka, she have better early, better impact, and might have better scaling actually against Nami because Nami don't scale a lot. But yeah, it's and the silence of Soraka is a nightmare. Rel, yeah, we can say the same there at Leona and Nautilus. It's big engage and your ADC cannot do much about it, cannot move. With Alistar's Rakan, it's fine because you can ult, but even if you ult them, it's too late. They already stunned him for like 1 year. The ult is slow. Morgana, it's because Morgana is kinda broken, and you cannot CC her with your spell because you have Black Shield. Janna, it's Janna, she's broken. I want to say more, but it's Janna. Vel'Koz, he deal more damage as you can heal, he start to save your ADC, same with Lux. Renata, actually... I don't know why, actually. She might be scaling better than Nami. You cannot abuse her too much because of a Q spell, and the fact she bring enemy back to death. Yeah, it might be something like that. Zinyan scale better. Blitzcrank can just take your sushi ass and destroy you. Braun deal too much damage. You cannot heal it. Yeah, you cannot heal the damage of Braun and the rat. Sona don't have so much trouble. It's so easy for her to get her soup item, and the fact she scales so much, it's really bad match for Nami. About Emmerdinger, you cannot destroy the turret. It's impossible. It's you do no damage. It's impossible to play against Emmerdinger. You have to play the scaling, but the scaling of Nami is not that great. Amumu is it's Amumu. It's like Nautilus and Leona. They just go in on your ADC. He's dead because he's stunned for like a year. Even if you ult, it's too late. Kinda same with Zyra. You can just one shot your ADC. Maokai 2, big CC and everything. Yeah, I think that's all for this guide. Well, if you want other guide, I will post my Nami solo queue where I try to explain all the thing I do. I'm just needing some thumbnail for the video. So, well, if you like this video, leave a like, a comment if you want to say something to me. Something like, oh, I love you guys, the thing. I really like to read all the comments. I'm always looking for them. I'm streaming if you want every day. And that's kinda all for this guide. Well, hope you like it. See ya, guys!